It's morning here at the gates of Vermont Yankee. Things have not really gotten underway as of yet. This is being called the second day of civil disobedience by demonstrators, the first being last September in a non-violent action. Those favoring that the plant be shut down started the day early with a prayer service at Brattleboro High School, one town over from Vernon, home of Vermont Yankee. Starting in early afternoon, demonstrators began the 5-mile trek in unison from Brattleboro to the power plant. The demonstrators were organized. The ones that were most serious trained in nonviolent civil disobedience. In fact, it was a requirement for those wanting to block the plant's gate. Those protesting nuclear power weren't the only ones organized, though. Many Vermont state troopers were there, too, the exact number of which was not released. But both sides of the issue did get together beforehand.
We've been having meetings with the local law enforcement agencies, state law enforcement agencies, and also the governor's office, also the Vermont Yankee Decommissioning Alliance, all through this, all up until this point. As a matter of fact, last Wednesday was our last meeting with the Decommissioning Alliance. So we've been trying to talk and make sure that everybody knows what everybody's doing so that there are no immediate confrontations or surprises so that any kind of confrontation could even arise.
The day was reminiscent of social protests of the past, songs and symbolic moves such as walking in silence denoting peace, all the while police keeping a close eye on the happenings, waiting and watching. The demonstrators made a statement asking Vermont Yankee officials, the government, and citizens to consider the following 3 points for reasons of health and safety.
The plant has experienced frequent releases of radiation into the environment and sustained over 56 significant design changes since it was granted its operating license.
The second point, that the plant be able to shut down with the active properties of uranium being made powerless. And point number 3, that the practice of overcrowded on-site storage of nuclear waste and spent fuel rods be ended.
Governor's position is that the rights of people to express their opinions on matters of public interest will be protected by the state to the full extent possible, compatible with the protection of other interests of people in the state.
Why are you here?
I'm here to lend support to the effort to slow down this whole nuclear business.
What particular concerns do you have?
I think that we really need power, but I think that, well, most southern Vermont towns have voted not to allow mining of uranium. None of us want nuclear waste buried in our towns. And I think it's immoral. If you want nuclear power, you have to take the whole package. If you want to mine uranium and bury the waste, then you can have nuclear power, but we don't want it.
I'm doing it for the younger generation more than myself.
Do you people have any plans on leaving right now?
No, none.
Why?
Because this plant is a danger to the people of our area. It's a danger to all people and people of the future.
I am the security supervisor of Vermont Yankee and represent Vermont Yankee. No. You are trespassing and you are not welcome on these premises. Please leave immediately.
But the demonstrators did not leave. They and police were at a standoff until 7 o'clock when things began to unravel. When it was over, 80 demonstrators were arrested, a significant amount from a law enforcement point of view. At last September's day-long protest here, 200 demonstrators were arrested before it was all over. This time, police showed greater patience, waiting for the crowd to dissipate, and then took action. At Vermont Yankee in Vernon, John Manning, Channel 11 News.